Alright, and we go live. Live. Alright. Welcome on all to a bonus Scuffed stream. Now, the reason I say Scuffed is because for whatever reason, like the idiot I usually am, I didn't remember to hit the go live button. So now I figured to at least make up for that, I'll just stream this instead. God. The old stream will be made public eventually. I just probably gotta fix the video length of the stream, cut out a couple seconds, and then hopefully it shows the entire stream. I don't know, but anyway, we're gonna be playing something I caught my interest in for a while, but couldn't find an older copy of, and it's Dear Hatchet Men, which is essentially a sort of subgenre of yandere dating sim visual novels that I like to kind of refer to as golf ball simulators, as a lot of these characters tend to share the same or the similar art style to the Black Shepherd's game Your Boyfriend. Anyway, we're gonna start. I'm gonna basically start new, and y'all will already know my name after this, but for those that don't know, this is it. Yes, I'm a male. No, yep. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm bi, so it was somewhat of an old habit of mine to walk every night. I walked. Oh, and again, this will also end when the PC crashes. Due to the consistency of my routine, walking has helped me put my mind at ease. And numb out the fresh, cool nights. Besides, it was a good source to wear me down before bed. I don't have to rely on sleeping meds as much. There was nothing fun about laying in bed, glued to the ceiling and disassociating. I have become so familiar with the path, staring at the same damaged sidewalk, hitting a couple of pebbles with the tip of my shoes. Alright, looks like I would usually disappear into the woods for 20 minutes or so. Oh, I wouldn't call myself a nature lover per se. Hell, I couldn't imagine myself without my phone. Phone, you and me both. I don't know why, but this has been the only place that gave me motivation to get out of bed. Everything else, unfortunately, just never works out for me. College hasn't been too kind to me, and having to just move out on my own just made me feel more isolated. Was there something wrong with me? No, taking these little walks to relax at night to help is normal. Right, to sleep is normal. I never strayed from my path, as it has practically become burned into my memory, and I was kind of proud of that. It was like my own little secret hideout, where if I could, one day I may just disappear from it all. However, today I feel bold. And so I wandered off from my usual path, heading to the wild. At first, the new environment felt nice. Without noticing, time kind of flew by, and all my sense of direction withered away. I now find myself confused and check if it's streaming right. Okay. Fuck. Couldn't recognize any noticeable landmarks to help my way out. Oh, how funny is it? I feel like the final girl of a campy slasher movie being tracked down by a killer. Foreshadowing, I guess. Fucking so stupid. Of course I was gonna end up lost. Great. Not only am I lost, it's dark. No stars, only the faint light of the moon, not doing much help. But I'm losing sleep as well, we know it. I could feel the soles of my feet starting to ache. Perhaps now might be a good time to collect myself before I have a full-blown meltdown in the middle of the woods. I lay my head low, feeling a heavy weight on me. I took a few deep breaths. Anyway, I figured while I'm waiting for the next bit of dialogue, I would try and re-download the S4S OC albums. Get rid of that Discord notification. If it were me, I'd probably freaking cry, so too late. Couldn't help it but feel warm. Frustrated tears run down my face. I let out a few soft sobs, forcing myself to stay quiet as possible. Into the mic. For God's sakes, I really don't know where the hell I am. The deafening silence was interrupted by what seemed like a twig. What the hell was that sound? I jumped, startled. I took a few steps back after losing my balance. Where that sound came from didn't sound like anything. Where the sound came from, I didn't see anything. Oh, don't cry. See what it looks like. Okay, doesn't do much. A muffled voice behind me. I quickly turn around and see a person. And there is basically the dear Hatchet man. One of them. I still could not make out his features well, but his hair was wild, sticking out from the top of his head. He was holding something. A hatchet? Am I about to get murdered? My muscles tense up as I prepared to make a break for it. Before I do, let me actually remember to get the chat pop out chat. There we go. You seem to notice my mannerisms. Hey! He held up his hands, letting the hatchet slip from his fingers and onto the grass. His movements were slow and harmless. Take it easy. Who the hell are you? Just some guy trying to help you out. That's it. That wasn't very comforting at all. Especially now that he's reached over to the ground and retrieving his hatchet and casually swung it over his shoulders. Why the hell did he sneak up on me like that? Why was he in the woods? Has he been following me? Where did you even come from? I live here actually, just a couple miles. Got my own place and everything. Why do you have an axe? Also, I wasn't crying. to Hatchet first of all. Sure. Are you gonna murder me? What? No, I was getting some firewood, and it is starting to get cold around here. I was still trying to calm down from the adrenaline. Didn't even notice the chilly breeze. I started connecting the dots. He was probably telling the truth. I'm not at all experienced in forest living. Who am I to tell him that he doesn't know what he's talking about? Ouch. So, why exactly? Well, you want to get out of here, don't you? I know my way around. Sorry if I missed this couple of lines, I'm just throwing this. Maybe I'm being too paranoid. It doesn't seem like he has anything to do. See, Andrew? Not everyone is out to get you. Just follow him so he can take you back home. In case you're still skeptical, you can go behind me. He offered out his hand, of course. I hesitated, but I took it anyway. I could feel his fingerless gloves as he gave my hand a tight squeeze. He had some coarseness, but it didn't bother me. It took us a good while to get back. Must have really wandered off farther than expected. Trees were becoming less dense, and I could see his traits more and more. His eyes were practically striking. His eyes were partially striking. Peculiarly striking. I can't fucking read that. They were both different. I shouldn't be staring. It seems kind of rude. In fact, the whole time I haven't been acting rude. Well, in fact, the whole time I have been acting rude. Huh? Hey. Sorry for being kind of reluctant there, but, back there. Sorry for being reluctant back there. He simply shrugged and smiled at me. I don't blame you. I mean, if I was in your position, I would have probably freaked out if I saw some random guy with an axe approach me as well. Hatchet. Sure. It seemed to get a laugh out of him, and let out some tension as well. It's been a while since I laughed. Nowadays, it's been feeling like I have been so isolated. I ain't surprised I could achieve a conversation with him, let alone other people. With time, the dirt path merged with the edge of the sidewalk. Thank God we made it. What a relief. What a relief. Alright. There you go. Oh my God, thanks. I didn't notice that I was still holding his hand. Gave me a small smile before I stuffed my hands into my pockets. Other than having a breakdown in the woods, this entire experience wasn't that bad. I'll see you around then. He continued to stand in place while I turned my back from the woods, walking into my neighborhood once again. Shit. Stopped at the front door. I gave him one last wave. Couldn't really tell from the distance, but he seemed to wave back. I'm so tired. Exhausted, I immediately threw myself onto my bed, finally able to get some rest. My eyes feel heavy. That stranger seemed nice. I didn't catch his name. I'll ask him tomorrow. My body is aching. Feels like someone is on top of me. Oh God, how long did I sleep for? It seemed way too bright to be early in the morning. Guess it must have been incredibly late when I slept. Last night, memories started flowing back into the encounter I had with that stranger in the woods. Talk about spending the night in the woods, am I right? I feel some sort of mix of comforting jitters sinking in. I had only moved in a few weeks ago. Knowing that he had been in the woods the entire time I had been exploring them was a little uneasy to process. It's like a part of my privacy has been exposed. To be fair, I do feel a little silly thinking that. I didn't own the woods. If anything, I invaded his privacy by going off my usual path. Although I haven't lived here for very long, I'm surprised I haven't heard about a man living in the forest. And again, it's not like I'm really chatty with the neighbors to inform me about it. Was I thinking too much about this? Am I being insensitive? Who knows? Should I feel like I want to run into him again? Then, yeah, who cares? I didn't ask for his name. I'm gonna check about. Before doing anything, I wanted to catch up on what has been happening. I only see one message. It was an unknown number. I'm gonna open the message. Hey, do you know the chapter where we are studying for English? This is Erica, by the way. Oh, Erica. I remember her. She's a part of my class. I could recall we exchanged phone numbers because our professor recommended it. She was the one who approached me, though. Didn't talk to her a lot. She didn't seem like the type. Would casually answer questions in class. New here? Nope. One thing that stuck out, however, was that she had an incredible style. She had an eye for colors and patterns, from what I could tell. It was surprising that she wasn't taking a fashion course, but instead of an interior design course, but instead don't text. Sorry, can you tell I don't text often? Kinda made me smile just a tad. It seems like a stupid decision to go back to the forest just to thank some stranger. Dangerous, some might say. I mean, at least the sun was still out, so it wouldn't be as bad as staying in the woods at night, right? I stuffed my phone into my pocket and prepared to get ready. I walked back into the familiar path. The cool air was sharp as ever. I could feel it nipping at the tip of my nose. I tried to recall the path I took that initially got me lost yesterday. This one down the other OCL booms. It didn't take long for me to fall back into a daze, feeling senselessly strayed. Alright, Andrew, just thank him and you can go on your merry way home. And get some shut-eye. Simple as that. Thoughts started to speculate in my head, and the more I paced around in a frantic circle. It should be here, right? Here, right? Why did I think this is a good idea? It would be nice to have someone to share this with. What if he hurts me like I did, like he did? What if he hurts me like he did? Oh, you're here again? Oh, thank God. It might have been my desperation, but the sound of his voice took a huge weight. Took off a huge weight of relief. I turned around to eagerly see a smug expression on his face. He made me happy. You seem to get easily lost, but I wasn't here to help you out, doe-eyed. His comment made me play with the hem of my sweater. I could feel my cheeks starting to burn. Hopefully he didn't notice. Why did I say that? I wanted to thank you properly. I mean, I know I already did last night, but I might have come off as crass. And I still feel bad. About that whole ordeal. I started to ramble at this point. I needed to get this over with before I came off as hysterical. So, thank you. Alan. I'm sorry? My name is Alan. Might as well get it out of the way. Oh, well, thanks for helping me out, Alan. I gave his name a try, so it came out softer than I usually speak. I noticed him beginning to smile, avoiding eye contact. I was beginning to feel the silence between us grow. No problem. Besides, it was really sweet of you to come back just to tell me that. Oh, he was definitely flirting. Hurting. I'm gonna say it flattered me. was kinda cute how he became so bashful and then flirtatious all of a sudden. I couldn't help but smile back at him. We began to start a whole different conversation from there. At first, it was just regular small talk, most of it about me, of course. I told him what I did for a living and what I was currently studying. He seemed to be a good listener, or at least I think he was trying to be. It became evident that I kinda ran out of things to talk about. It was only fair to ask about him, right? I don't want to make it seem that I only liked talking about myself. I'm a little curious about your whole thing here. Oh. I know I just moved in and it's none of my business, but why do you live all the way out here? How come no one has ever told me about you? He seemed to give some thought to my question. He simply gave me a shrug. Don't know. I always figured I lived better on my own, I guess. At least that's what I think. So maybe he was a bit of a hermit. I totally don't mean to judge him. In a way, I kinda do feel for him not wanting to interact with others. He was just a little more on the opposite end. Maybe he thinks I'm the weird one for wanting to interact with him? It's not every day someone just comes back to thank you for helping them out in the woods. Out in the woods. For a loner, he sure was easy to talk to. He was the one to first start a conversation better than I ever could. Hey, he snapped me out of it, like he knew I was about to get lost in my thought. Wanna go check something out? I think you might like it. I blinked. The way he worded it sounded very vague. Right. I know it depends. I joked and started. I joked. Fuck it. Whatever. It was not a very good joke, but it felt good to just laugh with someone. Maybe I needed this. I just needed to talk to someone. I mean, now you got me curious. Might as well, right? Good. He seemed extremely pleased that I agreed. He took hold of my shoulder to guide me to the direction he planned to take me. We both took our time walking through the forest, having a whole casual conversation to make up for it. It felt like being reunited with an old friend and trying to catch up on your lives together. It was nice. It was nice. I began to share some stuff to Alan that I haven't been able to talk about for a while. Now I just gotta double check if this is still here. Alright, yep, it's still reading the phone. In return, he told me little things about himself. I took a notice of him trying to crush crunchy leaves under his shoes. Sometimes getting bummed out if one didn't crush. It was kind of cute. I noticed his skin looked slightly more sickly pale. Tiny, but still noticeable scratches across his neck. Or his cheeks. Fuck. No, fuck. I think he had stitches around his neck if I remember correctly. And his eyes bore dark circles. It almost looked like he was about to collapse, but he looked so gentle. He seemed to have noticed that I was looking at him. Oh no, I got caught. I ducked my head, scratching the side of my cheek. Before I could come up with an excuse that I totally wasn't staring at him, Alan pushed my head down, getting onto my knees, rather painfully. What the hell? What the hell? Shh. Alan crouched down beside me, carefully moving closer to what seemed like a small stream. With wildflowers and vegetation, almost like a mini meadow covering the entire land. Then I see a deer. It was happily nibbling on some grass, and on occasion would twitch its cute fluffy tail. Both me and Alan didn't move a muscle, so as not to scare the cute creature. But we still enjoyed the view. Little cutie, Amy. Now let's come here to see if he is around. That was adorable. Who Alan had such a sense of soul? At least that's what I thought. Trust me, you can trust me. They may awe at a live deer, but I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow go, yes, to a dead deer or whatever. It may not come as a surprise. Fuck it. Is that what you called me doe eyes before? Do I remind you of a deer, Alan? Alan stayed quiet, a little taken aback by my question. Sorry, However, another sound stopped him from responding. He got lucky. But they're new. Another deer emerged from the woods, joining in. I couldn't deny that it was rather an adorable sight to see. Maybe it's more than one reason? What was that? It was barely a whisper. I could only manage to hear a few words from him. Nothing. Anyway, I want to grab a bite to eat. I know there's a store not that far from here. Why not? I'm getting peckish. I gotta get some crystal light after this. He swiftly got to his feet again, not bothering to dust off his clothes. He still had the decency to hold out his hand for me to get up. Alright, probably won't take long if we get going now. much like before, he kept holding my hand through the entire way back to civilization. It stopped feeling so foreign, as if I knew Alan trusted him enough to hold his hand. I don't know why he made me feel so safe. I feel melodramatic thinking about it. Ouch. Everything seemed to get blurry, and I could feel my stomach doing flips. It was then that the obnoxiously bright lights of the store pulled me out of the trance. There was a couple of people in this small store, most of them adults collecting some boxes of beer. Alan started scanning around as if to memorize where everything was. His attention was immediately caught by the ice aisle. The smile brightened like a child. Pick anything you want. It's on me. How generous of him. I looked around and decided to get... Okay, I guess these are all WAV. I guess this OC album is comprised of WAV files, so I'm gonna have to I'll have to cancel this one. It's still extracted shit, so I'm gonna have to guess I'll deal with the rest of the OC albums later. I think I'm gonna get a soda, since my dad has yet to drink his. I walked up towards the soda fountain. I was craving something more refreshing than anything. Got everything? Yeah, let's go. We left the store, basking in our glorious treats. Alan proceeded to scarf his ice cream down. You're gonna choke yourself eating it like that. And that's how I want to go. Realize, Alan, death by ice cream. He dramatically put his hands on his heart and lowered his head, all gloomily. I snorted and playfully pushed him through, though I could barely manage to make him lose his footing. People think you died from lactose then. I mean, I kinda am lactose intolerant, just a bit. And you took that risk? I like to live on the edge. I roll my eyes. No, seriously. I stole 5 chocolate bars when nobody was looking. What? You shoplifted? He gave me a proud smirk, unzipping his coat, showing me his loot. I was dumbfounded. Didn't fucking believe it. This man just robbed a frickin' store. How did I not even notice him? He's been real sneaky or quick. Or maybe I was picking my options too long. You should see the look on your face right now. Reached in, grabbed one from us. He reached in, grabbing one from his sash. You just... Isn't... I said it was on me, right? You aren't gonna waste their time over some shit like stolen candy. Besides. His fingers fidgeted with the wrapper, prying it open and taking a bite before nudging it towards me. Stolen stuff tastes better, honestly. Unless it's a game ROM, maybe. Hesitantly, I reached over and took his bite. Couldn't explain it, but he was right. It was kind of like the forbidden candy bar. Yeah, we all like a little forbidden fruit every now and again. Still, it's not too bad he went out of his way to steal stuff from me. I'm offering him a taste of my soda. I'm offering him a soda. It only seemed fair, right? It was the least I could do. Though I'd argue I paid for mine. I motioned my soda towards him. First he gave me a confused look, but soon got the point. He leaned down, accepting my offer. Knowingly, he gazed to the top of my hand as I held the cup. Hand around. Or maybe he did. I could feel it tightening his grip as he looked up at me. I could feel the tips of my ears beginning to heat up. I could not look anywhere else besides his gaze. You have good taste, realize. He only smiled at me before walking away and continued to eat his forbidden chocolate bar. Hey! We followed him soon after. We walked all the way back to my house, eating the stolen candy. I got some sort of cheap thrill knowing we could have potentially gotten caught, and now share that feeling as well. A little stretch. Being with him was thrilling. I didn't notice how late it has gotten since I soon reached the comfort of the bed. I felt tired, sure, but I also feel satisfied, at ease. Wherever I felt, I knew I was going to see him again tomorrow. Huh? I open my eyes, but I can't see anything. Are we getting kidnapped yet? I try to feel around, but nothing appears to be in front of me. I did not realize this had audio. What? Fingers started tightening around my throat. I started to claw desperately. My lungs feel like they are about to collapse. Holy shit. What a way to start the morning. I'll just check messages. Fuck's sake, it isn't even a person that woke me up. It was a goddamn emergency alert. Something about another missing person seems like it is out of my control. My head was pounding and I was incredibly drained. The time reminded me that I got only a measly 3 hours of sleep last night. certainly worth getting lost in the woods just to hang out with Alan. Much better than wasting my time being cooped up inside my home. Water bottles and dirty laundry taking up space. I feel you, mate. Right on cue, I see Alan from the distance, waiting for me. I presume he appeared to be playing around with his hatchet before noticing my presence. He cutely waved at me with the biggest grin on his face. He did always have sharp molars. Andrew, you made it! Hi, Alan. Sorry if I was late. Not really. You're out of time, actually. Really? Huh. Figured because of my lack of sleep, I would have arrived later than expected. Alan rested his hands on his knees, trying to get at my eye level. He was really close. Ready for what I have planned for today? He flashed at me a hopeful smile. Not gonna say no to his excitement. Yeah, let's. Before I could answer, my phone went off. Sorry. Feels rude to answer a phone call while Alan is around waiting for me to answer. What if the call is something important? Hey, what's up? Immediately after speaking, I look over to Alan, who seemed to have an annoyed expression on his face. Sorry if I'm bothering you at the moment. I know it's the end of the week, and trust me, I want nothing more than to shun the rest of the world as well, but I want you to meet me at the park. Is that okay? I don't see why not. Erica might have needed something from me. It wouldn't be cool to leave her like that. Sure thing. Can I bring a friend over? My eyes hovered over to Alan, and his annoyed face now brightened when I mentioned him. Though once I took my eyes off him, I could have sworn that his smile dropped once again. As long as you get your hermit ass over here, I don't see the harm. Don't be late or I'll end up ditching you. Couldn't tell if she was joking or not. She had a strange sense of humor that sometimes flew over my head. We both hung up, and I looked back to Alan. His displeased face was replaced by a curious one. Whoa. He appeared to be looking at my phone. Guess I've been gone for a while. What? My phone? Never seen a phone before? Oh, no, not that. I do have a phone, but Alan proceeds to reach in his back pocket, pulling something out. Out. It was a phone, an old flip phone. Haven't seen these bricks for what seemed like forever. And surprisingly enough, they're somehow making a comeback. How they're able... Mine isn't as cool as yours, though. He smiled bashfully before putting his phone away. Wow, you need to get caught up with the current times, Alan. Our phones do so much more stuff now. That's incredible. We both started to walk to the park as I showed him all the apps I had. Being in the woods, there wasn't any steady signal. Being in the woods, there wasn't any steady signal showing him any type of social media was thrown out the window. Nevertheless, he was still impressed as I bombarded him with this information. What if he said was true? Then he must have been off society for a long time. Really long time. Probably since the 90s, I'd say. Why was he in the woods? What happened to him? Then I realized that huge scar on his arm. Were those stitches? Oh God, Alan, what happened to you? Both me and Alan continued to talk about our day as we made our way to the park. I wonder why Erica wanted me to come. We didn't have to study or anything class related, which is what she usually calls me for. She told me that she doesn't usually date classmates or hang out with them outside of class because, well, too many guys thought they had a chance of borrowing my bras and were disappointed after I had the gall to reject them. Wonder why she decided to approach me in the first place. Andrew? His voice I didn't recognize called my name. Oh, my neck. That was weird. Alan puts a displeased look on his eyes, watching the other side of the park. I could see two people. One I could immediately recognize as Erica. That person, however, I've never seen him before. How do you know my name? Oh my god, Andrew. Hi. This guy was sure eccentric. From the tone of my voice, could tell I was confused. Do you not remember me? He sounded kind of disappointed. Jeez, dude. Now you're gonna make me feel bad. I gave him a good long look. The hamster wheels in my head began to move. Somewhat. Guy gave me a smile and a wink. Of course it was Stuart 98. Right on. Oh my god, it was him. I could see the life nearly draining out of my eye, draining out of his eyes. I could barely hold my excitement in. Stu was a good friend of mine since we were kids. left for college. We kind of lost touch. Why couldn't you just greet me myself, you bozo? I wanted to surprise ya. What a guy. He always had something up his sleeves. He seemed quite as pleased as I was. I didn't think I would have missed him so much. I totally forgot. I have been so caught up with Stu and Erica, I seem to have just left Alan out of the conversation. Will it change to a pissed expression yet? However, by the look of his face, it didn't appear that he wanted to be a part of this. I kind of feel bad. This is Alan. Hey. His tone was very uninterested. The three remained silent after Alan greeted himself. Erica had this look in her eyes. I couldn't tell what she was thinking, but she appeared to be deep in thought. Too busy reading the text, I forgot her face expression was changed. Please, somebody break the silence. I think I'm gonna say something. Looks like it's up to me. So, wait. All three of them looked at me once I spoke up. How did you and Erica even know each other? Stu remained silent, but Erica spoke up for him. He approached me after seeing me talking to you after a class, saying that he knew you. I was a bit stunned. Did Stu go to the same college as me and Erica did? That's a bit questionable. Alan spoke up. It was a little startling since he has only said one word in this entire conversation. Erica only eyes him, while Stu seems to become stiff. Things seem to have gotten a bit out of hand now. Why didn't you just approach Andrew? Why didn't you just approach Andrew in the first place? That's true. Why didn't you? Stu was always the type to make the first move when greeting someone. Hey now, it's a little rude to intrude on someone when you first met, don't you think, big guy? Ah, fuck. You're avoiding the question. The two were staring each other down. Me and Erica looked at each other as if we both read each other's minds, plagued with worry. Surprisingly, Erica stepped in. Thank God. If you really want to know, he approached me first because he was asking for my number. That makes more sense. Oh, I see. What, Andrew? No, I get it. I'll see you around then, Stu. It was at this point Alan took a hold of me with a satisfied look on his face. Without a word, he took me away from the park. Alright. his arms around me protectively. I can't explain why, but him being so close to me like this brought me comfort. Still no comments. Gave me a comforting smile, which I also returned. Andrew, wait! I looked back, seeing Erica running up to me, Stu right behind her. I do feel bad for leaving behind the drop of a hat. Alan looked at me, shaking his head disapprovingly, as if telling me that talking to them wasn't worth it. Let me explain myself, please. Got a little headache for whatever reason. I'm just gonna ignore them like I did originally. Broke my eye contact with them, Alan's grip getting tighter around my shoulders as we continue to walk back. Sorry, Stu, I'm not gonna bother. Where? I'm not sure. I just wanted to leave. Try to relax, try to distract myself. I was bundled into a ball at the end of my couch. Alan's sitting on the other side. The living room was dark, with only the light of the TV giving any life. My attention wasn't on the TV, however. It was towards Alan. His eyes stayed glued onto the screen before he shifted them in my direction. This is the second time I've been caught staring at him. I averted my gaze immediately. It must have been weird to him. You okay? I'm sorry. You still upset about what happened? I didn't want to really answer, but my silence was deafening. I'm being stupid. Sorry. I don't know why I got so upset. I couldn't control it. I could see him softening his face at the corner of my eye. I didn't know why I started rambling to him, but I did. I suddenly felt a weight on top of me being pushed down onto my back. Alan had me pinned, his hands gently wrapped around my wrists. Andrew, you know you can tell me anything. Alan? My heart started to pound, and I felt him starting to come closer to my face. I went stiff. Fuck it, I'm going all in. I pressed my lips against his. He seemed to be taken by surprise, but leaned into our kiss. It was deep and passionate. Alan then pressed up against me, and I could immediately feel his excitement. Excitement, eh? I really like ya, doe eyes. I shivered. His breath tickled the lobe of my ear. You have no idea how you make me feel. Every time I look at you, my heart swells. It feels like I want to hold you and never let go. ever. His choice of words made me feel something. Yep, it's gonna get crazy. Although it sounded a tad possessive, he made me he made me feel wanted and cared for. His hands started trailing from my wrists, making their way all over my body. Eh, I'm gonna let him continue. Alan prepared Alan peppered kisses from my jaw to my collar. Everything about you is perfect. I want to treasure you. You're the only good person in my life. How could how could he even speak like this with no sweat? Just hearing those words made me look away in embarrassment. I wouldn't be too embarrassed. I suddenly feel his hands take hold of my face, pulling me towards his direction. Look at me, doe eyes. I want to see a reaction. He shouldn't be this good. Arousal started growing inside of me. One quick, swift motion. He hooked my pants and underwear to my ankles. His mouth was hungry and ravenous, leaving kisses at the exposed skin of my thighs. Then I felt something sharp. Are you biting me? I didn't get an answer, but I could feel the curling of a smirk forming against my inner thigh. The only response was another bite, sinking his teeth deeper. He was trying to mark me multiple times. You're all ready just for me. It's a few little bites, it's a few little bites is all it takes. He could have gotten a retort out of me, but I was stopped when he pulled my hips towards his face and ran his tongue. Who knew you would taste so sweet as well? Hell. His mouth started to work, and in desperation, my own hands focused on running down his head, where I took full fists of his brown hair. Tiniest touch of his, whether it could be a gaze of his fingertips or his tongue, was pushing me a little closer to the edge. I'm gonna see if this gets me banned or whatever. I could feel the heat building up, like a low burn at the pit of my stomach. He then detached himself. Alan? I don't want to finish just yet. At Doy's. I want more of you. He removed himself from me, hastily removing his clothes. I should have made a straight boost stream, probably, whatever. It seemed that he was as desperate as I was. I sure wasn't complaining. He got rid of his turtleneck, tossing it off to the side. My eyes couldn't help but wander to admire his bare chest. That is until... Holy shit! I saw a scar. A huge scar. In fact, his whole body was covered in injuries. He was in way worse shape than I expected. More scratches, cigar burns, and again, the scar on the side of his abdomen. It didn't look fresh, but still. How long has he had these before? Alan, what happened to you? Oh, these. He looked away from my gaze, brushing one of the scars. Some of these are from childhood, others are more recent. We both stood silent, with my concern still weighing down. Don't worry about it. Alan, these are clearly not simple scratch marks. Are you hurt? It's okay, Dougheye. I swear, they didn't even hurt. What? What is he going on about? I'll explain later. Just, please, let's keep going. I want you right now. I shouldn't push it if he doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. It's okay, Doe Eyes. You can relax with me. He was soon all over me again, positioning himself between my legs, my hands prying them open. I could feel him. We can take it nice and slow. I want you to want me. All in one go, I feel him brush inside until the hilt. Couldn't help but let my breath hitch. Filled you up pretty good, huh? His lips began to move along mine. The movement first started slow and quickly built up speed. God, it feels so good. Can you feel me? All the way in. His mouth went towards my neck, attacking any spot that might cause a reaction. Sure enough, it did. Head. He didn't give me any time to process, but I don't care anymore. I just wanted him. I needed him. Look at you. You look so amazing like this. I can't believe... Each word he spoke was followed by a rough thrust. Each time I could feel my mind getting fuzzy. I can't believe I get to keep like this. You're all mine. Mine. I was his. All his. He was rough, and I could see him baring his teeth, almost animalistic. Almost said animatic. Doe Eyes, I love you. My mind went blank. He held me tightly as something warm began to fill me. He grunts and we both lie sweating, catching our breaths. My hand drifted up his brown hair and I slowly began to stroke it. We must have stayed for a good few minutes holding each other. Hey, I got an idea. Do you plan on robbing the convenience store again? Alan got up from my chest, rolling his eyes. I'll leave that for another day, but no, I think you'll like this much better. He took my hand and guided me back to the woods. was a bit of a walk, like most of our little get-togethers. For some reason, it felt longer than before. Right. Gradually, the trees became sparse. Patches of the sky, of the night sky, peeked through the branches. We were going uphill, having a bit of a hike on our way there. You seem to have noticed that I was getting fatigued. Let's double check that again. If you want, I can carry you. It's no bother. Might as well have it be romantic. It seemed a little silly, but I wouldn't mind. Raised my arm up, motioning him to position me. Well, technically it worked. He smiled at me and just as quickly lifted my body, carrying me bridal style. You're incredibly cute. Shut up. See? Both laid down on the soft grass. The sky was completely bare of any clouds. Darkness of the woods made the tiniest dots of the stars twinkle brighter. What's your favorite constellation? Pegasus, Draco, your zodiac sign. I'm gonna say my zodiac sign. My favorite constellation is my zodiac one. Really? Which one? There's Gemini. And I share the same last name. Alan extremely dumb. I lightly punched his arm as if it was some sort of punch for putting himself in pain like that. He only retaliated with a soft chuckle. His smile faded, however. Not all of them are new, though. He shifted uncomfortably. I gave him another moment. I was kind of a trouble kid. Got bullied a lot as well. I got pretty tired of it, that it got physical. Those cigar burns were from your bullies? No, they were from my older brother. What? You have a brother? He did that to you? I have 3, actually. Same here, though one's technically half, but this was my entire world. I must have been through a lot. Is that why he's in the woods? Escaping it all? We were pretty dysfunctional. Same here, brother. Mom was constantly in and out of hospital, so my 2 older brothers had to take care of us. The eldest, he burned cigarettes on me whenever I would win in a fight, telling me I finally became what I was meant to do. It was to fight back and not let others push me. I hate to say it worked. What about your other brothers? The second eldest wanted to pretend that everything was fine and ignore our problems. Much like my parents. He was desperately trying to be like the dad of our group. When I didn't need one, I wanted a brother. He heavily sighed after this rant. I kept myself quiet to let him continue. My youngest brother, got along with him at first, but he wasn't the worst of them all, but we had a fallout. I'm sorry. It's alright. They were nothing compared to my school life. I got called Crazy-Eyed Alan by my entire class. I only gave him a sad expression. Feeling incredibly sorry when I scooted close, practically touching his shoulder. I can't imagine how he must have endured it. One instance in particular pushed me over the edge. That day I decided to drop out of school, leave my family, and never looked back. into his chest, making him my personal pillow. I rested my eyes. I could barely tell what was going on around me, feeling my body being set down in some soft comfort. I smiled, cuddling up to something soft I could find next to me. Before I drifted off to sleep, something warm pressed against my cheek. I heard Alan's voice. Oh wow, my PC didn't crash in the game, and I actually managed to finish it. Alright folks, well, I'm honestly kind of surprised this PC hasn't crashed yet. And am I still alive? Or yes, I am still alive apparently. Anyways, that's gonna do for this stream. Hopefully the previous stream I'll be able to republicize tomorrow. Just gotta fix the time of that. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. This is ACT8113, and transmission begins March 25th.